Hello everyone, I'm Andrew Pedke.
And I'm Chef Navin, aka Mystikka Masala.
Yeah, we are from Team Mystikka Masala Food Truck, the winners of Food Network's Great Food Truck Race. So good to see you guys.
Hi.
Today we are in the kitchen. We are so excited to tell you about a partnership that we have with Rosenthal Estate Winery. If you saw the last episode of the Great Food Truck Race, we were actually at the winery. It's gorgeous, it's breathtaking, and we were given a challenge at the winery to make an amazing dessert.
Yeah, it was definitely a big challenge, especially for the final episode, and we were so happy that we not only won both challenges, incorporating the wine, so you'll get to see that in the dishes that we create for you, but it really gave us a true experience of the gorgeous winery itself.
Yeah, it was awesome. So we are gonna show you how to make this dessert. This dessert is a tri-berry compote fried funnel cake with marshmallow cream. Oh my God, it is so good. It reminds me, when we designed the dessert, we designed it around the Texas State Fair, and you know how State Fair foods can be, they can always be fried and decadent, and so we wanted to kind of aim for that same goal.
Yeah.
And so we did it. So we'll go over our ingredients real quick and we'll get started cooking.
You ready to get some Texas flair? Let's get going.
Let's make it happen. All right, so let's get started on this amazing dessert. So we're gonna basically build dessert in 3 parts. So I'll go over all the ingredients we need. First and foremost, we need this. This is the Rosenthal Merlot. Oh my gosh, this wine is incredible. It's a pretty amazing wine. It's got some natural berry flavors in there that are gonna tie in well with the dessert. So into our dessert, we're gonna have, first of all, you'll need some angel food cake. Now, of course, you can get fancy and make your own. We did get these from the store, and notice they had this little divot in here, so we can actually put some toppings in that. So that'll be one of the things you'll need. We have some black pepper here in this little shaker. And then for our berries, we have strawberries, blueberries, and blackberries that we're gonna use to make the compote. We also have fresh jalapeno, we have fresh orange juice, and then we have mint sprigs that we'll use for the garnish. And then on top of that, we're actually gonna be creating a glaze. And on the glaze, it's really simple. It's basically just water, powdered sugar, and fresh orange citrus. All right, the best part about cooking with any wine is that you actually get to drink while you cook. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour a glass for myself and for Navin. And then of course, we'll save a little bit for the recipe as well. Some Merlot here. Here you go, Navin.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
No problem. Cheers.
Cheers. To
All right.
Rosenthal.
To Rosenthal. Let's get to cooking. First, I'm gonna go ahead and back here on the stove, I have some canola oil. It's on high. And what I'm gonna try to do is bring that to an almost boil. All right, while I wait for that oil to heat up, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the compote. It's really easy to do. We got our blender right here. We're gonna load in these are strawberries, these are blueberries, and these are blackberries. I'm gonna put it all in here in the top to mix. It's about a half cup of each that is in there. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this wine. We're gonna put in probably about a quarter cup of the wine. You don't wanna go crazy on the wine because we are gonna be cooking this down. We're gonna be reducing it. So it's gonna be almost like a thick sauce. So just a little wine in there, and we are gonna be cooking the wine out. That's why it's always good to be drinking while you're cooking, because this alcohol will probably not make it into your body. All right, what I'm gonna do too is I'm gonna go ahead and get a jalapeno real quick. Cut off the end. If you want it extra spicy, you can leave the seeds in and you're gonna get a lot of kick. But for me, I'm gonna take the seeds out. That way this dessert is nothing but sweet. All right, so I'm gonna drop in this fresh cut jalapeno. And now I'm gonna add some citrus. So this is half of an orange. Squeeze right in there. Ooh, look at all that good juice. This is gonna give it an awesome little citrus flavor to help with the sweetness. Okay, so we're gonna keep a couple of our fruits on the side. These are gonna be used to decorate the top of our dessert, as well as the mint, so we'll put those on the side. But to our compote, we're gonna add some powdered sugar. This is gonna give it a little extra sweetness and thicken it up. Now, we're ready to blend. All right, here we go. Pulsate that until it's about this thing. You can leave a little bit of the fruit actually in there, or you can grind it to a pulp. I like to leave a little bit in there so you taste that texture when you eat the dessert. All right, to this, we're gonna add this into a saucepan or a fry pan, just like this. Ooh, you can smell the berries, you can smell the jalapeno in there.
Smells amazing.
Yes. All right.
And fresh.
There you go. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and bring this over to our stove top here. I'm gonna put this on medium-high heat. And we're gonna bring this to a simmer. We wanna make sure, because there is sugar in here, we're constantly stirring this, okay? Because you don't want it to burn. You don't wanna burn the sugar, you wanna make sure it turns into this nice thing. But right now it is very liquidy, so we wanna cook out some of that fluid that is in there from not only the fruit, but from the actual wine itself. So we'll just keep this moving back here. And we are gonna add black pepper to this. So we're gonna add black pepper at the very end. Right now, we're just trying to make sure we cook out all of that extra juice. All right, so we've got the compote on the stove. We got the oil heating up. It's ready for the angel food cake. So let me sit on my wine real quick. Bring these over here. Like I said, these are angel food cake. You can get this in the store, but these are especially awesome because they have this little divot here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna drop this into hot oil. This is canola oil. You can see it's perfectly ready to go. If you look in there really closely, you'll see in the little lines in the canola oil moving around. That means it's hot and perfectly ready to go. When you drop these in, you should have a little fry and sizzle. That's perfect. The main thing with these is you do not want to keep these in here too long, and you do want to flip them. You have to have a high enough heat that these turn golden brown and don't just become oil sponges. So one thing you want to do is make sure that you keep them in here. It's probably going to be about 1 to 2 minutes on each side. We'll flip it over until they're golden brown. All right, I can see the bottom of these getting a little golden brown, so I'm gonna go in here and carefully try not to tear these up and yet flip these. Hold on 1 second. Here we go. Okay, there's one.
Yum, that looks so good.
Try not to tear these up. They are delicate. There we go. 2, 3, and 4. All right. While those are finishing, you want to go ahead and put some paper towels aside, so that way when you pull these out of the oil, they'll be able to drain a little bit before we start doctoring them up and getting them ready to go. They still need a little bit of time. All right, these are done. They look amazing. I want to try to drain off as much of that oil as I can. And then, like I said, just set them to the side on some paper towel to drain. And then we'll turn off the heat on these. Now, obviously, you don't want to touch these right when they're hot. They're going to be scorching hot, so just let them sit for just a little bit. But while they're still hot is when we want to put on the marshmallow cream that's going to go on first, so that way the marshmallow cream does melt just a little bit. All right, so I got my compote over here still going away. It's still too liquidy, so I'm going to cook that through a little bit more. These are the fried angel food cakes, ready to go, sitting on a plate. And now we have to do our, and I was gonna tell you, by the way, if you do not want to fry these in canola oil at home and you have an air fryer, it's really easy to do. You can drop these in for about 300 degrees for about 5 minutes and it should come out perfect. You might wanna brush them with a little butter to begin with, but they're gonna taste amazing. All right, so I know you've probably been to a beautiful bakery before and you've seen those tarts that are in the display case and they're shiny and they're beautiful. Well, I'm gonna teach you how to make that. It's really easy to do. That's a simple glaze. It's 3 ingredients: water, powdered sugar, and orange citrus, all right? So let's get started right here. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and put on our heat, or put on our temperature at medium-high heat. And what we're gonna do first is throw in, this is about a 1/4 cup of water, to some powdered sugar, and then we're also gonna do our fresh orange juice in here, okay? Now, what you wanna do is put this on a high heat too. You wanna bring this to almost a boil, but again, because there's sugar in here, you wanna constantly be stirring this. All right, so now we're gonna prep, these are gonna be our decor fruit. It's gonna go on top of the dessert. So you wanna make sure these look beautiful. So I picked out our finest looking strawberries, our blackberries, and our blueberries here. We also have some mint sprigs. What we're gonna do, since the top of the strawberry is inedible, this portion, we're gonna go ahead and cut this off just a little bit. You just wanna basically cut the stem off. What we're gonna do is we're gonna actually put a piece of mint in place of where this green was. So that way it's gonna give the look of a strawberry, but it's gonna have, you know, it'll be all edible and it'll go well with the dish.
Fancy.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually cut little strips into these, okay? What I'm gonna do is we're actually gonna be fanning this out. So the thinner you can do it, the better. You don't wanna cut all the way through at the base. You're just trying to make score lines like this so that way we can manipulate the strawberry on the top of the dessert to fan out, kind of like this, okay? I'm gonna use a different spatula for this because basically I don't want any color in this. This is gonna turn out to be clear and glossy and it's gonna go on the very top of the dish. All right, you'll look over here. So we have that tri-berry compote. We have our blackberry, our strawberries, and our blueberries, fresh jalapeno, and of course, that Rosenthal Merlot. So good. All right. So right back here, the compote is almost ready to go. Right here, I have our funnel cakes. They're not piping hot yet, but they're still warm. All right, and it's good that they're still warm because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little spoonful of marshmallow cream, and we're just gonna put it right here in the middle. What you wanna make sure is you don't overfill this because we still have to get our compote in here, okay, and our berries. But this is gonna give it a nice creamy, sweet texture. It's gonna be a little hidden surprise for your guests because they're not gonna expect marshmallow cream probably because this dish is gonna look so fancy, but it's gonna make them feel like their childhood. They're gonna love it right away.
Andrew, I remember you used marshmallow cream on the show because it also holds up well outside. And since we're getting the summer time, I think it's a great idea instead of ice cream.
That's exactly right. When we originally designed this, we were thinking ice cream would be best, but we knew the sun was gonna be a killer for these. So you can see right now, it's already starting to get a little creamy because these are nice and warm. So we'll let that sit there real quick. All right, next, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna bring this compote here off of the heat. And you can see, come here, look at how beautiful this color is. All right, let me move that. Look at this, okay?
Gorgeous.
This is a beautiful Merlot color, of course. You can see the thickness of this, okay? See how it's thicker than a syrup, but not quite too thick. It's not congealed too much. All right, so we have that compote. Remember, that's blackberries, blueberries, strawberries, fresh jalapeno, and the Rosenthal Merlot. And what we're gonna do is we'll get a tablespoon on each one of these dishes. You wanna have a lot of flavor on this. And of course, if you have more left over, you can use these for all sorts of stuff, but you just wanna kind of put a little bit on the top. You don't wanna go overflowing on the edges because you wanna keep this as clean and beautiful as possible. But we'll put this compote right here. This compote has a ton of flavor, and it's got a ton of them. You'll have that Merlot flavor come through that's gonna be really nice and strong, but you're gonna have all those berries flavors, and the jalapeno gives it a little bit of heat.
This is bringing back memories.
Oh yeah. All right, and this is fun. See, now this is a portion where you can have people decorate it. If you do this as like a dinner party and everybody works on their own creation, I guarantee you they're gonna have a great time and they're gonna love eating it, okay? So anyway, so now we've got this on. Time for another drink. That really is the best Merlot, it's so good. All right, so here we are. Now here's the fun part, we get to be creative. Before we get started, we got some black pepper. What I'm gonna do is just put this on top here. Okay, this is gonna give it a little kick. All right, put that right on top just like that. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna get one of these fanned strawberries. Okay, we're gonna first put one of these strawberries on just like this. You're trying to make it look as pretty as possible. Again, it's gonna kind of push some of this compote. I'm leaving a little edge because I want to try to get some of our other berries on there. The smaller the strawberry, the actual better you'll have it because you'll have a little bit more room for everything else. But you get these placed however you want them. Then we'll take a couple of blueberries. We'll position these around. A big old fat blackberry on there. Okay. You can see it's getting a little bit messy, but that's okay. If it goes over the edge a little bit, it's only gonna add to the fun of eating it. Oops. All right. You can see that. We're trying to keep all the fruit on top. Hopefully it doesn't flow off the edge there. But you know what? It's gonna look good and taste good. All right, so you're probably saying, hey Andrew, I have a lot of compote left. That was on purpose. The reason why is this is good on these desserts, but you wanna keep this compote, you can put this in a jar and keep it in the fridge for a few days. This is amazing on ice cream. It's good on waffles and pancakes. I mean, it's incredible, so you can add this to anything. And if you even make a cocktail of any type, you can just drop a spoonful of this in there. It's gonna put it over the top. It's gonna be amazing. So now we have our fresh fruit on top, we have our compote, we have our marshmallow cream. This is that glaze I made, so this is just simple. This is the orange, the powdered sugar or water. It's gonna look like you're barely doing anything, okay? So you're gonna just drizzle this on top. You wanna coat the whole berry. If you have a brush, that's awesome too, but you're basically trying to cut the berry. Wherever you see it shiny, means that you have this good coating on here, okay? So everything's gonna stay shiny and look really beautiful for your guests, okay? So just put that on there. You don't wanna go too crazy on it because you don't wanna get the angel food cake too wet underneath. But this is gonna be really beautiful, and I guarantee you when this starts to dry, it's gonna stay shiny, it's gonna look beautiful. All right, so there's the final piece de la resistance is we're gonna get some fresh mint, okay? And what I'm trying to do real quick is recreate the stem of the strawberry. So what I'm gonna do right here is, you'll see we have this green right here. We're gonna just put a little green right at the top of that strawberry. We're gonna do this all the way around on all of our desserts, so we have that hint of green.
That looks beautiful.
All right, so there they are. Okay, I'm telling you, you are gonna love these things. They are as tasty to eat as they are to look at. You can see how beautiful it is. Get a look at that. I'll kind of turn it for you. Look at all that beautifulness. And you see the shininess that is on top of all that fruit. That's gonna stay there because as that glaze hardens, it's gonna look a little crazy. These are great. I would serve these with a fork because they can get a little bit messy, but if you're outdoors doing some al fresco dining, go ahead and just give them a napkin and tell them to have at it. It's gonna be awesome. Navin, would you like to try one of these?
Heck yeah.
All right, it's time to taste this amazing dessert. All right,
I'm
cheers
excited.
first of all.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers. So to Rosenthal Merlot, to you guys at home, we hope you enjoy this amazing dessert. Let's take a bite. Let's see what it tastes like.
Oh my gosh, I'm so
forgot
excited. This looks so good.
All right, don't get on your shirt. That's good.
It's so good.
That's a good response right there.
It is so good. The flavor of the wine is so amazing in it.
Let me try a little bite.
Done a great
Hold on
job
1 second.
incorporating that.
Let's see. Got a little berries on top, a little marshmallow, that compote with a Rosenthal Merlot. Let's see.
And it does take me back to the state fair. I feel like I'm in the best part of state fair. Fried food, desserts, so good.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. The funnel cake itself has a little crispy texture to it, but the inside's still kind of doughy. Fried, you get the marshmallow cream, the berries, but the best thing that comes through is that Rosenthal Merlot. It's amazing. A little kick from the jalapeno.
So good, so good.
Well, anyway, I don't think we would offer you these, but we're gonna probably eat all these. So, but thank you so much for joining us, and a special shout out to Rosenthal Estate Winery for partnering with us. We love this dessert, and we love their wine, and we couldn't be happier. So,
thank you for choosing us as the winner of this challenge.
Oh yeah, that too. Well, thank you guys so much. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.